All right, what's up, y'all? Quincy back again. Wanted to come on here to give y'all something to think about. It's the 4th of July, the celebration of the independence of the United States. Juneteenth was the celebration of independence for Black Americans. And I want y'all to ask yourself, how free are you really? Think about that. Between going to work, taking care of other tasks that you need to keep your house in order, car in order. You might have kids, you might not have kids, you might have that boss. Let's see what else. Taxes, grocery prices, rising grocery prices, law enforcement hiding behind bushes in the middle of the street just so they can give you a ticket for going 5 miles over. And you think that getting a higher paying job is going to be what sets you free. What I really wanted to tell y'all is that the game is rigged. Seriously, the game is rigged. No matter how you look at it, unless you're really in business for yourself or you partnering up in a business and you getting residual money, the game is rigged. The game is not made for you to succeed, especially in the taxes. We can just use taxes for example. Everybody complain about, the rich don't get taxed enough, or they want to raise the rents on the tax. They can raise the rates for the rich, but at the end of the day, those people are rich either for one, they inherited the money, or two, they started a business and got the money that way. Even if you're a doctor, the highest paid professions in the United States is medical fields. That I think the most is like $350K annually. Now that sounds good, but think about how much time a doctor spends in the office or in practice. They can get called at any time of the night, any time of the day. They don't even have time to spend with their kids, with their wife, with their partner, husband, or whatever. They ain't got time to go on vacation for it. They might take a vacation every now and then, but then you look at them, by the time they get on vacation, unless they're retired, they look like crap. Why? Because their health done went down the drain. Because it's not meant for you to thrive. Doctors are highly honored because they take care of us when we're sick or whatever the case is, but you're not a doctor. You're probably trying to find your way just like I was. I'm reaching my first year in entrepreneurship in about 3 weeks. August 1st. My first day, August 1st, 2023 was when I started entrepreneurship, and now I've come full circle after a whole year and I've learned a lot. And what I've learned is that the game is totally rigged. Right, it don't matter if you're making $250,000 a year. They got people that live in California, Florida, where I live, Texas, other places where they make that amount of money, but they still live in paycheck to paycheck. That has to do a lot with, one, of course, is like societal oppressions, rising interest rates if you're trying to buy a house or buy a car, rising gas prices, rising food prices, everyday products or whatever. And then there is an attack on masculinity and femininity. Like you can't rightfully be a man or a woman for real in the country if you just open your eyes. And then it's a whole, whether you're a man or a woman, then you go and be trans or whatever. That's the whole argument there in itself. And then people use that stigma against themselves, like, oh, I can't get this job because such and such, or oh, I can't do this because such and such. It was strategically made that way because it's mental and spiritual warfare. The same thing with searching. Well, I just said that. Searching for them jobs. Setting yourself up for success. All has to do with your thinking, which I've spoke about in videos before. But when you look at how rigged the game really is, bro, social media is a fucking trap. It's a fucking distraction. It's deceptive. You get on social media and it's made to be addictive. The colors, the notifications, everything. Level 1 is just turning off your notifications just so you're not getting bombarded with, oh, this person looked at your story, this person liked your video, this person did this and did that. Some shit that don't even really matter, right? If you're not aspiring for anything in life, then I guess that doesn't really matter. But if you're aspiring to one day be free, to one day not have to work until you're 70 years old, because if you're in my generation, don't even expect Social Security. We're not gonna have it. You're gonna be stuck either living off of the fruits of your labor, living off of your kids and grandkids, or you're gonna be homeless or die early because of a disease. Social media is a fucking trap. Everything about it is really a trap except for the networking piece. Because as soon as you get on it, your brain is wired to always want to be on it, right? Then you get off and you're like, oh shit, what else is there to do? You're not thinking about how to level up. You're thinking about what you can be looking at, what you can post, what you can be wearing, and blah, blah, blah. And the appearance is important. But is it really important for what's going on social media for people that you hardly engage with or hardly even care about your situation? And then, people go in there to be sad and stuff, and then you're just basically sabotaging yourself, because who really cares about your sadness when everybody else is going through something in life? Like, we all going through something. And then you got the food. The food has everything to do with your mental capabilities. Like, what do they push? They push the Papa John's and the Pizza Huts. They push the Popeyes. They push all this stuff on TV because you're looking at TV. Like, you're watching a television. You're watching ads on Facebook or on YouTube or whatever, and they're promoting this bullshit to you, and when knowing good and damn well there's full of chemicals that will you won't be able to think. You can't think, bro. You're dehydrated, you're malnourished, you're eating, you're fat. Just because you're fat don't mean that you're nutritious. Like, you're malnourished. You just don't have the vitamins and minerals that you need in your body to be able to produce the correct brain function, and just being able to have like critical thinking skills to be able to hold your emotions intact. Emotional stability that I've learned is like few and far between. It's like emotional stability and critical thinking. You just not really finding them these days. It don't matter if a motherfucker 40, 50, 60 years old. You're like, that's a dumbass question. You acting like you ain't never been on this earth longer than goddamn these teenagers type shit. And it's like, then you start paying attention, right? You can go in a grocery store, look at what's in people's shopping carts. Everything that's colorful, they're getting it. If it's easy to eat, if they can just put it in the microwave or put it in the oven, all that processed shit, they're eating it. But there's microplastics, there's fake foods, there's fucking DNA altering chemicals in that food. And that's rigged to keep you from success, because how can you expect to succeed when you can't even think correctly because your stomach hurt, you got stomach pains? It's better to fast and be hungry than to fill your body with that fake shit. It's like eating imitation cheese. If you know about imitation cheese, it's basically everything else is basically on that same fucking concept. The chips you eat, the motherfucking meats you eat, if you're not eating strictly organic shit, and then even you gotta watch out for some of that fake organic shit. Like, you gotta look for the free range and the fucking grass fed and grass finished and all that. Man, they made this shit so motherfucking complicated. But that's when you gotta fucking take it to yourself and bring it to yourself to say, how am I gonna get myself out of this situation? Because it's possible to get yourself out of this situation, but ain't nobody really talking about it. And that's the mission that I'm on. And that's the type of information I'm going to be bringing to y'all, because they say the best thing to do is give. So I'm going to give y'all what worked for me. Working out fucking worked for me. At times in my life when I was down so low, all I did was go work out. Maybe I didn't feel better overall, but I felt better in that moment with them endorphins rushing. Stop eating candy, stop eating all these processed foods and stuff, and bro, my thinking is like dumb clear. Gain some confidence, and just putting one foot in front of the other. Like, you can only focus on today. not yesterday and not tomorrow. You need to focus on today. And that's hard. It's unfathomable, but you gotta understand there's laws of the universe. Now I can go over that type of stuff later. That's not meant for this video. This video is only meant to bring awareness to y'all that there is forces going against you every day that are spiritually constructed to keep you down and to keep you in a state of insecurity and indecisiveness, and just to keep you distracted, not make you want to fight for nothing, not make you want to think like, oh man, one day I can be rich, one day I can be free, one day I can be wealthy. You're like, man, this is gonna last forever. I want to bring my homeboys on, I want to bring my homegirls on, blah blah blah. Nobody want to listen, and you over here waiting for the crowd, being a victim to the crabs in the bucket. But understand, not everybody's going to be on your level. Not everybody's going to understand the type of moves that you're trying to make, and you got to keep that shit to yourself. If you have like great support, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, whatever, then that's just between y'all. The rest of the world don't need to know what's going on in your mind for real, unless you're making content, unless you have a brand where your brand is literally telling people what's on your mind. You just got to be careful of the type of energy that you're about to receive, because you're going to set yourself up. The game is rigged. The game is rigged, bro. And until you notice it, nothing's going to change. But even when you notice it, nothing's going to change, because it's not until you take action when things start changing. And I wanted to share this with y'all, especially for the bros. They might have the odd women on this channel or whatever. I'm not really sure. But this is for the bros, because I started this channel because for a minute, well, kind of still to this day, I started doing some new things. Just ain't had no bros in the new area of my life that I can really share experiences with. So I just been building myself up so I can be a leader in my community and, help some bros out, but then also collaborate, you feel me? Because y'all want to be a leader, or I am a leader, but I also want to collaborate with other leaders to build up to the next success, because you can go fast by yourself, but you can go far with others. And so I'm gonna close it out with this. I want to keep this video short, less than 15 minutes. And this is the 1%er. The 1%er, you have 4 things to worry about, okay? Take it down, write your notes, take it down. Money. Focus on getting your money up, because everything else is good. Spiritual life with God, love in your life, and all that. But at a certain point, if you ain't got no money, things is gonna start getting fucking rocky. Things is gonna start waving, and it's just gonna be hard. Then you want to start working on your appearance. Start working on your appearance. Start getting clean shaved. Start dressing better. Start doing something abnormal out of your comfort zone just to help you stand out a little bit. It might be changing your hairstyle. It might be changing your fit. I used to wear athletic shit all the time. Now I don't really wear athletic shit in public. I wear it at home. But when I'm out in public, I'm usually in a collared shirt or I'm in a button down. Okay? Then you want to start working on your status. Well, actually, you want to start working on networking and then your status. So 3 is networking. Number 4 is status. So money, appearance, network, and status. Network and status kind of go together, because you got to start networking. And it's only through the dedication and hard work that people are going to figure out that your status is where it should be. But don't get deterred. You're going to have to eat shit for 1, 2, 3 years. I'm telling you, it gets better when you don't quit. I'm going to see you at the top, and remember, the game is rigged, and it's only going to get better when you get better.